All right, everyone, welcome to Trade of the Week Monday. So, as always, every single Monday, we sit down and we give one of the trades that has triggered for the StatsEdge Pro members to you guys. Now, if you missed my last video on the weekend, the entire list was given to you guys over at StatsEdgeTrading.com. Make sure you go and sign up for the free email list because you would have been just emailed directly the entire list this week as part of kind of a Black Friday thing. Also, I always send out an email when I do a video with someone, I write a little bit with it and all that. Sometimes I can expand a little bit more on writing than I do on video and get access to all of that here. So on the top there, the free trading plan course, the newsletter, all of that gets you signed up for whatever. And if you're struggling with your trading, very much consider trading with a provable edge, which doesn't mean that we make money every day or week, or, we're just sitting here in our Lambos printing cash. But it means that I know every week what I'm going to do. That's incredibly calming for me. I just go in, I hit the buttons, and spend most of my time working on whatever the next system is, as opposed to really focusing on kind of what the day-to-day looking for trades is. I don't really need to do that anymore. So the trade that we're going to talk about this week is CBSH, and this is anytime you see bank shares here, means it's a regional bank. And regional banks are interesting to me. They're something that if you look at the KRE, this whole sector looks really, really interesting, where we have this big push up on, what was this, Tuesday, and then two really tight sideways days, and now it looks like we're continuing here. So this makes sense that from our momentum strategy, this one triggers. Now, if you go through on Discord, we actually have, full on right here. Just grab this in. This is what the alert looks like for users, right? So obviously, I very much recommend you go through and familiarize yourself on the weekend when the things come through, but you can see all of the stats as they kind of printed through here. So a buy at 54.47 right here, and then a stop at 53.57. So you can see a pretty tight stop. You're talking right at the low of these candles right here. And I like that. So this strategy is a sub 50-50 win rate. It's like 48% or less. So it means I know that when I bought this stock, that over half of a probability that I will be stopped out on it. However, power of these, because I really like this one, this is the reason I'm bringing this one to you guys, is this breakthrough of this prior resistance zone right through here. These things are very, very powerful when they break. If anyone's traded breakouts for any length of time, they don't work all the time at all. When they work, holy crap, they're awesome. So this is, again, something that is very interesting to me. I already bought it. The stop loss will go right here. The exit is, these things are back tested to hold for a week. So next week is when we would end up exiting this on Monday. However, in this case, and in a lot of these cases, if we do end up getting a little bit of a trend off the bottom here, if you look back, there's a lot of support around this kind of 55-ish area. So if we got a nice push on this one this week, this would probably be one that I would sell a large chunk of it when I'm supposed to, and then put some sort of trailing stop on the rest. Because I like the fact that we are depressed here, and that we are depressed into this support zone that we've been hanging out for a long period of time. And again, I know there's a 50-50 chance that I get stopped out. So if this thing continues, I want to give it a little bit of a chance to run. So appreciate all of you guys for coming in. Again, go to StatsEdgeTrading.com. It is very freeing when you know what you're going to do every day. I am very thankful for that in particular. I'm no longer hunting spending hours a day trying to figure out what to trade. Instead, I can broaden my mind on what is the next strategy to trade as opposed to the next individual stock to trade. And you guys get that benefit over at StatsEdgeTrading.com. So appreciate everyone for tuning in. And until I talk to you guys next time, get away from the screens.